Hello, welcome back. I just wanted to come back in for a few moments. I made a video earlier, which I'm pretty sure I will put out, but it was very heavy feeling. But my point for making that was to kind of discuss the feelings that many of us are having right now, because we're kind of walking between two different experiences and trying to figure out where we fit and where we're supposed to be going with all of this. But after I made that video and I sat for a while, it's come to my attention to ask this question that what if there is no worldwide external disclosure? I think we have to consider the fact that perhaps this will be an internal journey. But knowing that how we feel on the inside affects our external reality, right? We can be walking around happy, fulfilled, joyful, even while everything around us looks like it's falling apart. This has nothing to do with what's going on in the world right now. We know this to be true, right? We know on some level how we feel inside, our perception, our perspective of our situation and the world around us affects the kind of experience that we will have. And so in this moment, for many of us, there is this feeling of, well, which direction do I go? Because is the world actually falling apart? And do I need to go this way? Or is it going to be business as usual? And do I go this way? Or do I need to come up with something totally different, right? There's a bit of this, I don't know what's happening and I don't know how to feel and where to go with it. But if we come from the perspective that perhaps we may never get that external confirmation that the world is in fact falling apart, that we are in fact here to create a different reality, almost as if we're waiting for that signal, like, go, see, here, look, this collapsed, now it's time. It really makes no sense. And we know very much anyway that this is an internal journey. And this is where we are being called. So for a lot of us, these few days of this week have already been navigating. This is the environment I'm in now. This is what's happening. How, where, how am I feeling? How am I navigating this? Feeling the pressure, feeling the pain of this outside impression, and yet knowing things are supposed to be different. And it really doesn't change the path we've been walking, the way we've been approaching it. Except that now this event or whatever this is has occurred, right? And so it's bringing to the forefront now, how are we going to manage? How are we going to deal with this? What does this mean for our reality? And yet, in many ways, it doesn't change anything, because this is always the way the world has been. Something happens. Do we react to it? What is our reaction to it? How do we choose to live our lives? In many ways, what's going on in the world is business as usual. It's been this way for a very, very, very long time. The difference is that we are feeling called. The energy that is coming in now is asking us to have a different experience. And not only that, totally supporting us and having a different experience than what we're seeing in the external world. So I just wanted to plant that seed that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be in terms of trying to shift and figure out where to put your head with all of this. And yet, it's very much what you've been doing. It's very, very much what you've been walking towards this whole time. And to not wait for some kind of external signal or external message from this world that we live in to tell you that it's okay to move towards what you have always been moving towards anyway. Yes, this is what we've been preparing for, in the sense that we have the tools that we need to come inside, to connect to our light, to connect to the power centers that are here on the earth. And so if you look around, most of us feel much more comfortable navigating and living in this experience than those who do not feel that deeper sense of connection to their own light. So what if this is it? Here we are. We know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We've arrived here. Why are we looking for that external confirmation that may never come? And in many ways, this is what we've had to learn in order to connect to our own light. Not to listen to anything we hear out there. It's all internal. This is where you will find it. And perhaps these events have just upped the experience of that journey, made it more real in that sense that, yes, we know this is what we do. This is how we do it. We have the perfect tools to do this, and we are doing it. We have been doing it. And again, that external, what we call disclosure, that so many people seem to be waiting for, or, evidence that things really are going to shit in the world, even though on a daily basis we kind of feel that way anyway. Not to wait for that, not to rely on that as a reason to step fully into your light and fully into your experience as a light being here on this planet. And we can do this. We are doing this. We have been doing this regardless of what the outer reality tells us and shows us and tries to impress into us. So as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take good care. We'll talk soon.